Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. First, let me start by saying happy Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine certainly was. I had a great Mother's Day. We went to my sister's house. She made us brunch. While I did not get to cook anything, I did get to make some tea for my mom and I. So you know what? I'll take that. But we had a wonderful, wonderful day. And then in the afternoon, I got to spend time with my sugar bear, and we went out and got something to eat, and we laughed, we talked, and then I took my behind on home and sat it down. So here we are back at another car conversation, and today's topic is, where is your focus? That's deep, but I want y'all to really think about that. Where is your focus? We have a lot of things that we want to do in life, but I think sometimes we're not focused on the things that's really going to take us someplace, because our focus is directed into too many different directions. And I can be the first to raise both my hands and say that's me at times. Sometimes my focus is on too many things. And I'm learning to narrow down that focus, which is why, I don't know, I think maybe next week I'll be talking about getting a life coach and investing in your business, because that's one of the things I want to talk more about, and that is narrowing down your focus so that you're just not all over the place. You have good intentions, and all of these are great things, but at some point you've got to get your focus together. And I found this quote by Stephen Covey, and it simply says, "The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing." I like that. Don't y'all like that? Let me say that one more again. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. That way, when, as I said, your focus can be all over the place, but the main thing, you are focused on that and that alone. Okay? So I like that. So I'm going to give you 4 tips to find out where your focus is, and then I promise I'll let you be. So, number 1, ask yourself this question: what do you want? Yeah, you have to ask yourself that question. What do you want? See, that's something else I think that people don't really realize, and that's why they're not able to focus on the main thing, because they really don't know what they want. So you have to ask yourself. I can't answer that for you. I mean, I can help you figure it out, but you've got to ask yourself, what is it that you want? I almost knocked my glasses off. I know what I want, but you've got to figure out, what is it that you want? And then, what do you want to focus on? And so I just made a little note here, and I said, find 1 to 3 things, or you can stick to one definite thing that you want to focus on. But this is why I'm always telling you guys, you've got to put pen to paper and write this stuff down. It's fine to have it up here in your head, but I don't know about you all. I have too many things to try to remember during the course of the day, and I just forget things. If I don't write it down, sometimes I just do, and it's not because I'm becoming senile. It's just that I have too many other things going on, and stuff just kind of slips my mind, which is why I believe in writing in my journal. I believe in writing on my calendar or putting it in my phone, because if not, I just forget. But I really want you to find between 1 and 3 things, or you can just have one thing that you really want to focus on. Okay? And then number 3, study your subject and know it well. So that goes with number 2. So you write down those things that you want to focus on, and then I want you to study them. You study them and know them like you know yourself. Well, for most of you that know yourself, but study them so you really know what those things are, and you create a list. If your focus is to become a zookeeper, because it might be, I don't know, then you study everything that you can find about zookeepers. You study everything that you can find about zoos, how they operate, and all that other good stuff. But you've got to study your subject, and you need to know it well. Okay? That's just like YouTube is something that I love, and it is a focus of mine. I love doing videos, so I am always studying. I can spend hours upon hours upon hours on YouTube looking at videos on how to come up with topics, how to make my videos better, how to put my videos out there to get the views that I'm looking for. But you've got to study it, and you have got to know it well, so that if somebody asks you, hey, Bob, tell me about ABC, you can just sit there and rattle it off with no problems, okay? And then number 4, you want to focus on your milestones, because this keeps you from becoming overwhelmed. Trust me, I am the queen of feeling overwhelmed at times. But what I do is I take that goal, my focus, wherever it is, I take that goal and I break it down into small pieces. And when I accomplish something, I check it off. I put the date that I accomplished it, and I celebrate that milestone. So maybe I decide to go and treat myself to a slice of lemon pound cake at Starbucks. Don't judge me, okay? But because I don't do it all the time. But I may decide, you know what, Michelle, you accomplished the goal of doing whatever it was you said. So go ahead and treat yourself to something nice. You know what I mean? And then I can focus on the next step in accomplishing because you have the big picture, but you're breaking it down into small, sizable chunks. And as you complete those small, sizable chunks, reward yourself for it. Now, you don't always have to go out and buy you some lemon pound cake. You know, if that's not your thing, don't. But you can celebrate it another way. If you like me, I love going on Amazon buying stuff. So go on Amazon, find you something nice, treat yourself to a nice Yankee candle. Well, I like Yankee candles anyway, but if you do, treat yourself to a candle. Or maybe you decide you want to treat yourself to a really nice fancy pen, whatever it may be. But celebrate your milestones, because then that way, like I said, you do not become overwhelmed. The worst thing you can do is allow yourself to become overwhelmed, because then you become frustrated and you'll say, you know what, to heck with it, I'm just done. Here's your bonus: invest in yourself. I talked about that at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to talk some more about this. I think it's scheduled for next week, but you have got to invest in yourself. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this real quick, but I don't want to give you too much information, because like I said, I'm going to go into it deep next week. But when I say invest in yourself, that means find workshops that now that we are quarantined, if you will, you may need to do that online, and that's all right. Find you some workshops that you can attend, some Zoom meetings or something along that. It could be a workshop that you are taking, and you receive a workbook to do this workshop, but you've got to invest in yourself. Yes, I know we all, because most people want something for nothing. Let's just keep it real. And going to YouTube, you're getting a ton of information about many, many things, but sometimes you have got to invest in yourself. Get you a coach. I have a business coach and I invest in the Circle of Champions business owner, Mr. Bob Yates himself. I invest in his business, and I have no problems doing that, because I know that what I'm getting from him is valuable to me, and it's made a huge difference in my life and where I'm trying to go in life. So I want to encourage you guys, invest in yourself. Let's do a recap, and I promise I'm going to let you be. So today we talked about where's your focus. And I said, number 1, ask yourself this question: what do you want? What is it that you want? And you'd be surprised how many people say, Michelle, I don't really know. Well, you need to know. You need to take the time to figure out what it is that you want. And then number 2, what do you want to focus on? So you need to figure out between 1 and 3, I would say no more than 3, but between 1 and 3 things that you want to truly focus on. And it may just be you only have one thing. It may be that you have 2 things. Whatever the case may be, find those things that you truly want to focus on. And then you need to study your subject and know it well. You need to study that subject such that if somebody asks you at the drop of a dime about whatever it is that you do, you can you can talk their ear off, because that's how well you know your subject. Study it well. You've got to study. And then number 4, I said you need to focus on the milestone. Focus on the milestones and celebrating them so that you don't become overwhelmed. Because I don't know about you, but if you have this big picture of things that you want to accomplish, it gets overwhelming. But if I break it down into small pieces like this, I don't get overwhelmed, because I can handle this. But if I got to do this, that's a lot. And then the bonus was to invest in yourself. I cannot stress that enough. You have got to invest in yourself. And I promise you, now here's the thing. Sometimes we invest in ourselves and we don't get diddly squat. We get diddly squat out of whatever it was that we spent our money on. But then there are other times that you can invest in yourself and you will get a ton of information. This is why I am so thankful that I'm a part of Circle of Champions, because every time we have had a workshop or, a class And now we're doing Zoom classes still every Thursday at 7 o'clock from 7 to about 8:30ish. And if you're ever interested, please, please, please reach out to me, because I want you guys to tune in and see what Bob has to say, because I promise you, you will walk away with so much new information. And sometimes it may not be new information, it might be something you've already known, but it's clicking like, wait a minute, I've heard that before. I need to go act on it. And I get the best ideas every time we have class, and sometimes those ideas have nothing to do with what we talked about in class at all, but it just gets my mind working. So you've got to invest in yourself. That's all I have, you guys. So I want to say thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and y'all know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when you're going up. I'm going to love you when you're coming down. I'm going to love you when you're going in. I'm going to love you when you're coming out. Most of all, I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. And that's real and that's deep. Till next time, take care.